Hello farmers and welcome back to Western Australia in the Massey Ferguson, plowing a field for a contract that's going to pay us 30,000, somewhere around there. I also got a worker in a T9 New Holland cultivating a field, which has been a little bit of an issue in the past few minutes. They're trying to work their way around some islands with a cultivator, and yeah, they keep the cultivator keeps nicking some trees and keeps stalling them, so I have to go over there and help them out now once in a while. But they have finished another field that we did a cultivating job on, so some contract money coming in. To start this plowing job, though, of course I haven't been doing it. A worker's been over here plowing up a field while I had the Case Magnum. Is it a Magnum? Well, the new Case tractor. I'm not sure if it's a Magnum or not, but I was mowing the field and then using the John Deere 6230 to ted it and windrow it, while later on the Case was following us with a baler, making some hay bales. And I think before we finish up this month, which we're going to do here pretty soon, because, well, it's dark. I don't want to be doing any more work in the dark. We're going to buy more sheep. I think I bought 20? I actually may buy 20 more. They're not... I was looking at the daily food, and with the amount of sheep that we currently have, they only require 3,000 liters of hay per month. So I think we'll double them up. I think I got enough hay to get through until next spring, so that should not be an issue. Even though I didn't make many bales finished work. I know you're not finished with work over there. That contract's only like 60% done. Speaking of done, though, I think we are done in this field here. Let's collect on these two contracts. Field number 12, plowing, 31,150. We'll collect on that. And cultivating field, 17 for 92.85, collect. This field here, of course, I did borrow the equipment on. Let me go ahead and fold that on up. Let's see, where are you? How are you considered done? I have no idea why you think you're done. Probably because where I left you off to work, I really have no idea where you should be, because I cannot see a darn thing. Even with all the lights on, it does not help me out too much. Can I see in the field here? It says it needs to be plowed. If I turn that off, that doesn't help me. If I go here, okay. Let's drive... Let's drive up here and we'll set you off. Maybe I'll just set you off in the middle and we'll just... I don't know which way you should be going at this point. We'll just find somewhere in the middle and set you off and you'll get more work done. And then we'll figure it out in the morning later on. But I just want to get you back to work. Is all I really want to do. Here looks like a good spot. So we'll drop that down. And of course this is with course play. And you should be good to go. Alright, let me get back in the... Whoop, I don't need that button. In the Massey Ferguson. And let's get off this farmer's field. Which I was kind of looking at. And I was like, you know what? This field, we could technically afford this field. But then it would not leave us with a whole bunch of cash left over. Yep, this is our hay field. If you want to call it that, it's the grass field, but I made hay out of it. I got it. My bale sizes are everywhere. The first bale that came out was the original 150 bale. And then I started making the 159 bales, which are oversized. And of course, the last bale was not a full bale. So, yeah, I got bales everywhere in sizes. But we got plenty of hay. Actually, if I go to my stock market page, I'll tell us exactly how much hay that we have. Hay, I got 157,000 liters of hay. But we're going to come over here and have a look at the sheep and see how many sheep we got, and we're just going to double it. And oh yeah, by the way, I have not seen the dog, which I think is named Twister. Is it Twister? Yeah, Twister. I have not seen Twister anywhere. I don't know where the dog is, but so be it. Where is... Oh, I'm right on it. Alright. So we have 20 sheep. We're going to get 20 more. Okay, so we're getting these sheep right here. So let's go ahead and just bump it up to 20 more. I mean, we're talking not even $4,000 for them. And yeah, then that way we should have maybe some wool in the morning. Possibly. Possibly. But now, let's see, it should be like 6,000 liters per year. Perfect. The feed trough is just about full. So even at 6,000 liters per month, that almost lasts a full year for 40 sheep. So that is looking good. Let's turn off the zone markers here. By the way, there is a mod on the mod hub, and I kind of forgot I even have it installed, to where you can just have a hotkey to activate the zone markers. So you don't have to go in the menu and just turn them on and off. So that's pretty handy. Anywho, yeah, since it's late... Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't check the store page. And I'm already on the store sale page, sorry. Yeah, nothing here that we really need, so we're all set there. And I don't think any other contracts have come up. I was actually surprised when I logged in. Some contracts did come up. But, yep, we are good. So I don't know where Twister is, our dog. I mean, the dog does have a pretty big range area that it can cover. So I don't know. I was actually thinking about maybe expanding the orchards this episode, but since we don't have a sugar plant and even sugar cane yet, that might be getting ahead of ourselves, but we could have the orchards there and start selling the product straight up. But I don't think we're going to make that much money on it. Let's get in here and, yep, wiggle on in. We'll sleep to 5, because that's the earliest we can get up. It's going to be pitch black outside. But one, I want to see if there's going to be actually any contracts that are up. I'm hoping this doesn't affect the current contract we got going. Oh, there's snow on the ground. That kind of sucks because I kind of had planned to cut the grass today. For silage. I was going to do it last month, but since darkness came along, I was like, you know what? We'll hold off on that. But now, with snow on the ground, I don't think I want to be cutting the grass. Sale page, well, everything's still here, and that is just... Yeah, I mean, let's face it, 141,000 liter grain trailer, auger wagon, for only 40,000. In the distant future, that would be handy, but right now, that does us no good. How is the contract coming along? Well, it's going to look kind of weird, but they will get it done, I think. They're going to have tire slippage. Oh, man. Snow in Australia. I didn't think that was going to be the case, but here we are with snow in Australia. Let's check on our sheep to see... I'm not worried about food or anything, but I want to see if did we get any wool overnight. And yes, we got the process of wool started. There we go. I mean, I hate to have you guys being sheared in the middle of winter, but it's the way it is. Let's fast forward to some daylight here. The snow has, or it is scheduled to stop. I don't know what time it's going to stop. The high temperature today is above freezing, so is it enough for the snow to melt and maybe get the grass mowed? I was going to make silage with it. We're 70% done on that contract over there. No other contracts are coming up, but that's kind of expected in the middle of winter. Should I be selling the juice? The juice is in September, so we're just going to let that pile up. And currently, I'm not going to have anything else. Everything else being made in the greenhouses, that's on direct selling. So I don't have to worry too much about that. Yeah, I don't think the snow... Hey, Twister, how you doing? How you doing? We'll give you a nice little pet. Yeah, roll in the snow. That's good for you. Yeah, so the animals should be fine with water and food for a long time here. I'm just kind of worried about skipping through that much of the day in the contract. Because I have done 70% of it. So, let's see, I should get paid 22, but I did borrow the items. I didn't look to see how much it was costing me to borrow the items. But if the contract happens to disappear, I'll probably just give myself half the money, and we'll call it good. So we'll say 11 grand if the contract were to disappear. Well, I did not expect I hardly ever get snow accumulating in my Let's Plays throughout the winter. And as soon as I decide to do some work in the middle of winter, we get snow accumulation on the ground. What's the weather like for tomorrow? Is it going to be warmer? Whoa, 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 it's gone. The snow is gone. All right. We can go ahead and get the grass cut now. We'll go do that while the cultivating job is going on. So I need the Massey Ferguson. So let's drop off the plow. And this will be hooked up to the baler, which is over here on the case. And the case will have the mowers on it, because this Massey Ferguson cannot handle both mowers. Alright, let's go get the mowers. It's a special kind of Magnum, isn't it? I forgot what it was, but it is a Magnum. 375 horsepower, I believe, is what we have for the engine in here, which we could upgrade in the future. But I think we'll just end up having bigger tractors on the farm in the future. There we go. Lift those on up. Now, with the mowers, now we want to put that on swath. Swath dropping. That's what we want. We'll spin back around here. Yeah, we definitely got enough hay for the sheep. At least until next spring / summer. When I go to cut the grass again, I can make some more hay at that time. Let's go ahead and get kind of started. Well, let's jump out here and hook up to the Massey Ferguson. The engine was already running, so why did you turn it back off? Because we all know I'm an idiot. So let's back up to the baler. Well, let me double check on the baler. 159. Yep. Automatic drop is on. So we should be all set to go. Now, we're not going to make that many bales like we have in the past, of course, because half of this grass field we use for hay, and the grass didn't grow as tall because winter has arrived. So if we get like 6 bales, I think that would be impressive enough. So I was kind of looking how I want to expand the farm moving forward. This grass field is going to be slowly taken up by buildings and maybe some sheds and whatnot. But that was kind of my plan when I started anyways, trying to build on this grass field. But, you know, we're going to utilize the grass field as much as we can while it's here. That the baler's keeping up. So in the meantime, we'll just keep cutting the grass and using this to our advantage to sell the silage, well, at this time of the year. But unfortunately, the bales we're making today, of course, will not be silage bales until, let's see, August, September, until October. We'll see how the prices are at that point. But I am glad that the snow has disappeared so we can get this done. I kind of thought about not touching the grass at all, and that way, when next spring rolls around, the grass will be at the second growth stage. So it'll just take one growing month to get the grass at full height. And next season, or this upcoming season, I would get 3 full cuts into the grass field. Yep, they're keeping up, no problem. But let's get the grass while it's here. So now with more equipment on the farm, I am thinking about putting up a shed. The shed's going to cost us some coin. And I think we're a little bit shy on the money, but hopefully once that cultivating contract gets done, we can put down a shed. I can still borrow or take out another loan up to, I think, $1 million. Well, maybe even more than that now because we did earn some money overnight with the contracts getting done. But last I checked, I think it was like $950,000 I can borrow on another loan. Just a reminder, the first loan that we took out last episode is 300,000. And let's go. Yep, this is what's been happening quite a bit over here on this field with the workers. I'm wondering at this point how much of the contract is done. I may have to finish this up myself. I mean, which is not that bad of a thing. Where do I need to go here for contracts? There we go. 77% done. All right, let's start you off somewhere else, and maybe you can get more of the field done. We're only 77% done? Yeah, I think if I put you way over here, this should work, I hope. Trying to see which way the arrows are going. So I'll have to set you off on this row right here. Alright, hopefully I don't have to hear from you for a few minutes anyways. Let's get me back into the case magnum. And we'll finish cutting up this grass. This grass field will need some tender loving care here pretty soon. I think it's going to need some lime, and of course it will need fertilizer as well. As for what our next purchase of a field might be, it might be the one right to our left, which was a cotton field last year. I mean, depending on what I want to build, I want to get involved with the sugarcane this upcoming season. So, money-wise, we should be able to afford, you know, buying a field, putting sugarcane in. I could always lease a planter or whatever it takes to put in the sugarcane. Then, of course, we'll need the sugar production building, which I don't have the mod installed, but I do believe that building's like 80 grand or 100 grand, somewhere in that area. So, kind of expensive, but for what it's going to do for the farm, it's not that bad. So, yeah, I definitely want to start getting into getting all of the orchards in, which they're only 10,000 a piece. I got to buy 3 more. So, not that expensive. But, yeah, we will have to take out a loan, of course, to get that done. But speaking of getting things done, let me get around this grass field, and we'll see how many bales we make. Like I said, if we make a half dozen, I'd be happy with that. Because, yeah, the grass is just not looking as good as it usually does when we do this. But you know what? Every little bit will add up. We'll get the bales out the field, and then I can return that baling trailer, the bale trailer. We do have that leased, and I did pay an overnight fee, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't too expensive. But anyways, in about 5 or 10 minutes or so, I should be done with this, and maybe we'll be done with the contract job as well. And then we'll see how our money situation is, and probably put down a shed and clean up the yard a little bit, because all that stuff that we bought needs to go somewhere. Well, this system is working out rather well, meaning not leaving little bits behind when we're using Follow Me to bale behind us. And I think that's because before we were using a windrower to put the grass into a swath. And the windrower was, what, 16 meters wide? And the mowers, I think these are 12.3 or something like that, which means a smaller swath, which means, I guess, the worker is lined up well enough to get, as long as it's in a straight line, every part of grass that we're putting on down. Oh, and also, the grass is not at its full height either, so we're not getting the amount of grass off the field either. But okay, we'll see what happens next time we cut the grass. It should be at its full height. Unless I decide to make all hay next time, and then it'll be a different story. Also, our worker in the contract field did finish that job up. We just got to collect on it. So I think it was, what, 22 grand, something like that, minus whatever it's going to be for borrowing the New Holland T9 and the cultivator. But that job there should give us enough to put down a shed on the farm for, it's going to be for our tractors, which will open up more space in our current shed for our mower, tedder, windrower stuff. All right, can I get this in one more pass? Oh yeah, and I was hoping for like, you know, half dozen bales of silage. Yeah, we did a lot better than that. So the yield was actually pretty darn good. I did have to stop a few times for the baler, because the baler working speed is 13, and the mowers we got, the working speed is 14. So yeah, we're 1 mile an hour faster than the baler, and plus that does stop when it has to take the bale out of the baler and put it on the back to be wrapped. While they're finishing that up, and I'll get the bits later on, but at least we got, you know, the majority of the field mowed and taken care of. So it was $4,700 for borrowing the equipment. That's not too bad. We'll collect on that. Thank you very much, giving us $116,000 in the bank account. And we'll just see how that affects if I were to take out a loan. We're up to $976,000 I could take a loan out on. Pretty significant. I wonder what this field price is going for. So we own field number 5, which has got canola into it. I've been thinking about getting field number 3, which also has canola into it. But really, field number 4 is a better choice because the expected yield with the soil that's on the property would give us 114%. Field number 3 is 99%, so not as good. So we do have 0.9% discount on the field currently, and that is one, so not much of a difference there in price. So, I don't have to make up my mind this month, but I don't know which way this is going. Meaning next month, I could see this where it's 10% over, or as we have seen, up to 54% over the asking price. So it's kind of a gamble, but I think we'll wait on it. One, if I want to buy the property, I want to take out a loan. And, 2, the price may go in our favor later on, so we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, you can follow me. You're still not a worker, but you can follow me over here. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 bales currently, and whatever the baler should make 11. It won't be a full bale, but it'll be close enough. Let's get out here. And let's get into the Massey Ferguson, because you've come a long ways here. It's not even close to even being a third of a bale or anything, but we're going to bring you over here. All right, so in thinking of how I was going to build this farm for the next few steps, I think right here is where a shed's going to go. I do want to be a little bit careful because our future silo is going to go right along here. There will need to be some trees taken out, and I'm probably just going to make a deal with whoever's taking them out. I won't have to pay them because they're going to take the lumber with them. So, in other words, we're just going to delete the trees is what we're going to do. So, yeah, the silo is going to go there. So I want to make sure I leave enough room for us to get into the silo. But today, we need another shed. And we're going to go with one that comes with the map. So we got to scroll way to the end. Western Australia mod. It's not that big. Wait, how much is it? Oh, it's 176,000. I thought it was 110,000. Oh. So I would have to take out a loan just to put down the shed. Oh, and that only rotates at 90-degree angles as well. I mean, we could, $10,000 for just another one of these sheds. Which really, when looking at it, hang on a second. If I were to do this and rotate this that way. So, really, for the price you're paying for the shed, yes, it's a little bit deeper, but not by a whole, okay, maybe maybe it's a little bit more deeper than it looked when I was above. So I may be able to get like another 5 meters more in depth. Good for a combine and such. And of course the roof is higher. But for what we got here, I don't think we really need that currently. So maybe just get another one of these sheds right here. And we'll put that... let's see here. The silo's going to go there. So, yeah, okay. It's done. Sometimes it's better just to, you know what? Let's not think about it. Let's go ahead and put it on down and we're good. Yeah, so we got 3 more orchards to put down. They're all going to go in this general area. And as I mentioned, those trees are going to have to go. So, yeah, we'll just delete the trees and we'll just say we made a deal with a logger. They came in, got the trees for free, so we don't have to pay them to take them on out. You know, open up more space for us. So now we got more of a shed over there. So now it's just a matter of organizing what I have as a mess over here. The grass field will need lime and fertilizer. So I am thinking about getting the Burrito spreader for lime. That way I have to keep emptying out our current spreader for lime fertilizer. Fertilizer, lime. Then I got bags everywhere. Yeah, pH value is okay, and nitrogen is going to be... it's either going to say okay or bad. But yeah, as we know, it's going to need it. So I'm thinking, with what we got here now... oh yeah, the baling... Yeah, let's go ahead and grab the... we'll grab the 6230. And we'll hook up to the bale trailer, and we'll grab our silage bales that we got in the field currently, and we'll stack them in the shed that we just put down. And then we can return this. Any other bales I make, well, we got the front loader on top, on front of the 6230. I can just go around and pick them up that way. So yeah, we're going to be losing some trees around the farm, but not a whole lot. Plus, when I put down the orchard, it's like putting trees back in. So I don't want to eliminate all the trees around here. There's not that many to begin with. But then again, Western Australia may be like this, where there's not that many trees. But that's the thing. In Farming Simulator, you don't want that many trees anyways, because it takes up farmland. Yeah, I did count right. 10 bales. So, when I was cutting the grass, I could actually probably keep these bales for silage to make TMR for our future cows. So, if we do get the sugar cane put in this upcoming harvest season, the byproduct of the sugar plant will help us make TMR, so I'm going to need some silage. That's all I really need to make the TMR. The rest will come from the sugar production. And again, the only reason why I'm doing TMR, I realize that hay is just as effective as TMR. But since we got to do sugar anyways, I might as well use a sugar plant that I'm using on Hills of Tuscany and get the byproduct and just go ahead and make TMR. So we'll go ahead and put these bales in the shed. Although it will make it kind of difficult to pick them back up if I'm going to sell them at some point. But right now I think this stack here is a good enough stack just to keep for making TMR. At least that's my current plan. And this is why I do like the round bales. This is the only reason why I would prefer the round bales over the square bales. Is when I go to unload it with this setup anyways, the square bales, the trailer tips at a 90-degree angle and unloads the bales and puts a high stack in. With the round bales, well, it's just going to unload as you pretty much see it. There we go, and now I can return this. I mean, we will have this in our fleet in the future, but right now we leased it. Because at the time I leased it, I really didn't have the money and the means to do so. So another shed, which means I got places to put all this stuff here, but I do want to figure out now how I want to do this. I still think tractor is pretty much in one shed, and yeah, I got a lot of minimal stuff to move around, but it's not going to be too hard to figure it out. But maybe what we'll do right now is sleep the rest of the month, because I don't really have anything else to do. Like I said, the grass that's on the field, that's not going anywhere. It's not going to decompose. And of course, our sheep should be more than fine. Yeah, they are using the water from the silo, so that is good. Yeah, let me just double check on the sale page. I don't. Ooh, wait a minute. It is a direct drill. I mean, the working width is not the greatest. Yeah, I think I'm just going to... I mean, even though it's a direct drill, which we are looking for, I mean, the next field I buy is going to have sugarcane into it, and that does not do sugarcane, of course. I mean, there are modded ones out there and everything, and 6 meter wide is just not going to be... It'd be fine temporarily, yeah, for the farm. Yeah, I'd just rather hold off on that, and yeah, we'll give it a go. Give the for sale shop a go another time. Let's fast forward time, actually. Let's get to the evening, and we'll get to the next month, which would be like February for the Northern Hemisphere. So July is kind of like our January in the Northern Hemisphere, so that's kind of where we're at. That's why it's snowing in July. I know people in the Southern Hemisphere are like, yeah, we know all this. What was I doing? I don't know why. Not contracts. I just want to take a double look at the sale page. All right, let's go ahead and open up the door. And we'll leave the door open because why not? And we'll go to bed and wake up at 5. Looks like is it going to snow all night? Seemed like it was going to. Is there snow on the ground again? All the maps I play on, I hardly ever got snow accumulation. I play Western Australia, and I keep getting snow. Very interesting. Sale page, yeah, nothing there. Contract page, nothing there. We'll fast forward time. So yeah, in August, there's not much to do. So here we are in August. I think cotton is the only thing we can do, which we have no interest in. Sugar cane next month. So yeah, we got to figure out, you know, in September, what we need to be doing. Let's see what the prices of these fields are looking like. Oh, it went almost 5% off, and that field now is more expensive. Yeah, so I think this field here is what we are going to buy. So I'm going to leave that there for now because I got to do some figuring out. And also I got to look at planting sugar cane. What kind of a planter or drill or whatever the case may be. There are ones in the base game, of course. So if I go to sugar cane and the planter is... Why doesn't it show me the planter? Sugar cane... Yeah, so these are the planters. We're talking 2 meter wide planters. Not what I'm looking forward to doing. So we'll figure something out. I mean, we have seen a couple of them already. I think I showed a couple in this series, but I want to look for maybe something probably a little bit different. So I got some searching to do. But yeah, we're sitting now at $100,000 in the bank account with a $300,000 loan and snow on the ground and 40 sheep and almost a full pallet of wool. Almost. We're slowly getting there. But we're at that point in the video. If you made it this far, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Helps out the channel more than you know. And if you haven't already and you're thinking about doing so, please do subscribe as well. Hello, Twister. But that is going to do it for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Western Australia. But until then, have a good one.